joining me today on Yummy Texture TV. My name is Titilaya Delaya, and I'll be your host for this episode of Yummy Texture TV. Now, today we're going to be working on chocolate covered strawberries, so yum, and Rice Krispie treat cereal, Rice Krispie treats. Super Bowl is coming up February, first week in February, and so this is gonna be a really nice and easy snack for you to do, dessert or snack for your guests. It's really amazing. It looks really cool, and we're gonna start by using strawberries. For the strawberry part of it, strawberries, we're gonna need some milk chocolate to coat the strawberries. We're gonna need some white chocolate to design the football on the strawberries, and we're gonna need some skewers to hold the strawberries so that they don't like lose shape or whatever, or drop in the chocolate. For the Rice Krispie treats, we're gonna need Rice Krispie cereal, about 3 cups. This is what I have here, and 2 cups of miniature marshmallows. You can use the regular marshmallows. I like the miniature ones because they melt faster and they just work for me. And we're going to need some vanilla extract. I like to use pure vanilla extract, not the imitation stuff. It does taste and smell funny. And we're going to need some butter. So I have like a whole stick of butter here. I'm only going to need 1.5 sticks of, 1.5 of this. 1.5 tablespoons. So that'll be like a little bit of that. So we're going to need a rolling pin to roll the Rice Krispie treats. We're going to need a baking pan lined with parchment paper so that the Rice Krispie treat doesn't stick, as well as the strawberries. We're also gonna need some piping bags, just one for now. Gonna need a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, I have a Ziploc bag here. You just do the same thing. Melt the chocolate before though, and then pour it in there. Snip it at the end, and then you can pipe with the Ziploc bag. Or you could get parchment paper from like any craft store, and you just snip it and work with this. So that's it. Let's get started. Have our pot on the stove on medium heat because you don't want it to be too hot. So you add the butter, and my pot is a bit hot, so the butter is just starting to melt right away. So you just want to stir it a bit. And once the butter is melted, turn it around a bit. Once the butter is melted, we're going to add in our marshmallows. I'm going to turn this heat down. You don't want to burn the butter. Nobody likes burnt butter. Alright, so that's good. I'm going to add in the 2 cups of mini marshmallows. There you go. And just going to stir and watch it melt. It's gonna take a few minutes, so just stir it because you don't want it to burn. It starts to melt instantly. And try to scrape the bottom because it sticks a lot. It's super sticky mixture. Turn the heat down. Melting. Sometimes you might want to have it, if you're just making marshmallows, Rice Krispie treats, you might want to see the marshmallows in it. So at this point you could stop, but I want it totally melted. I don't want any. So once it's melted, like that, I'm going to take it from the stove and move it aside a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm going to move this aside back here so I don't burn it. I'm going to add a little drop of vanilla extract. Maybe about 1/8 of a tablespoon. And a few drops of green food coloring. So it's grass, the color of grass technically. So I'm just gonna mix it there. It starts to thicken up, so be careful to put it back on the stove so that it doesn't harden. I think I need it to be just a little tad bit greener, so just a few more drops of green. There we go. That should be good. So we're just gonna have it on the stove. Stir, stir, stir. And at this time, we're gonna add in the Rice Krispie treats because you don't want the marshmallows to burn either. So add in the Rice Krispie treats and stir. That's 3 cups, but might not use it all. You're gonna have to eyeball this and make sure your stovetop is at low heat. You just, alright, let's add a little bit more so we just don't have, you want to mix it in thoroughly so that all the Rice Krispie treats are green and, you know, so you don't have a dual color. I'm trying to mix mine in here so it's well blended is what it is. Alright, I think that looks good to me. So we have a green Rice Krispie treats that are going to be the grass on which the strawberries will sit on. Or the players, the football players. Alright, so that's it for Rice Krispie treats. If you were just going to make Rice Krispie treats and eat it by yourself, this is all you need. And you have the right, you could mold this into any shape. I'm going to pour this on the pan that we have prepared with the parchment paper and then just mold it into a flat surface. And we're going to turn the stove off. And so we're going to turn this out onto our baking pan that's already lined with parchment paper. It's that beautiful green. You could make this darker. I probably would if I were doing this again. Make it a darker green so it looks more grassy. So there you have it. That's your green. Now, just like I like to use butter instead of vegetable oil, I like to wear gloves to do this just because it's so sticky. And this way you can just, you know, trash the gloves. And you could just put a little bit of butter on your hands or oil so it doesn't get sticky. And all you have to do is just kind of maneuver it around a little and flatten it out. I don't need the rolling pin. I thought I was going to, but you could use a rolling pin to get this to be really super flat. Just put another parchment paper on it if you have to do that. For now, I'm just going to spread this around a bit. You don't want it to be too smooth too, because, I mean, you need it to act like the grass is spiky somewhat. Alright, so I think that looks good. And we're just going to set this aside so that it can rest and harden up a bit. Still going to be chewy because there's a lot of marshmallows and butter in it. It's nice and gooey. So that's it. That's our field. If you want a smoother side, you can always turn it upside down. But for now, I'm going to set this aside while I work on our strawberries. Let's put this over here. And that way, see, your hands are clean. If it was your bare hands, it'll be a whole lot more sticky and it'll be everywhere. But using a glove is clean. And just take that off and you're done. It's amazing how quick that is. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the trash. And grab my strawberries. Now, my strawberries are freshly washed. You can get this from any store. I found this and they were so nice and pointy. I always get strawberries that are pointy. I'm very, very finicky about this. I look through them because I work with fruits and chocolate a lot on my regular Yummy Texture business day. So we'll have chocolate. We'll need the sticks. And I'll take the sticks out for now so I could pour the chocolate in a cup. We just need a little bit to melt. And that way we're going to dip the strawberries. You need a container this deep so that you're not rolling the strawberries. You're dunking it into it and removing it. So I'll go warm this up and I'll join you right back. So now we have our chocolate melted. It's literally like silky smooth. It's so like, see? That is beautiful. Just how we want it. And if you find it hard to melt your chocolate, do add a little bit of oil or Crisco to it. It will help it melt better. But normally milk chocolate melts really easily. So to this, we're gonna take the spoon out, and I'm just gonna grab the strawberries by the leaves over here, by the stem. The other thing you could do is to use a skewer. Now, for my business, the actual Yummy Texture, I will do this and place it on a board so that all the sides are clean. I don't like flat sides, so but for this purpose, because the players are going to be on the field, the flat side is okay. So you could either do that and dip it, or just hold it by the stem. So you're going to do that. You want people to know what they're eating, so leave a little bit of the strawberry showing. And just dunk it. Bring it out. Shake it a little bit. See that? That is nice and just so luscious. Alright, and you just put it on the parchment paper. You want to scoot it forward a little so it doesn't have the feet. It's not macaroons. We don't need feet. Alright, so grab another one here. It's nice and pointed. Not the rounded strawberries. I buy boxes of strawberries, so I always know how to pick them. Nice and red and pointed. Pointed just like that. Let's dip another one. You put it in. Leave a little bit of the strawberry showing. Wipe it off, because we don't need a feet. And just place it on a parchment paper and scoot it forward some so it takes the feet off. I saw those do a few more here. And we should be good to go. We're just going to wait for it to set up a bit, you know, so that it dries out. It doesn't take too long. White chocolate is faster, but milk chocolate takes a little bit of time. But we're just going to keep working. And once it's dried, we're going to be able to decorate this, make them look like really super cool Patriots footballers. Because my husband watches Patriots. That's all I know. Don't watch much of football, but hey, I'm Nigerian. I watch soccer. How about that? So, there we go. This is really cool. And you can get your friends to do this on the day of the Super Bowl day. If they come visit, to do it with you. Your kids can do it with you. I think kids really love to work with Rice Krispie treats, especially during Christmas time. I make Rice Krispie wreaths. It's really cool and so easy. If you check out my Facebook page, Yummy Texture, on Facebook, you see like pictures of the wreath. It's so much fun. Alright, let's just do two more. So I think you got the idea of how to dip this. I try to use a dip cup just because it's better. That way you're not like trying to like maximize the chocolate. It just works perfectly. Let's see. Just for the sake of it. I also like to do cheerleaders. So I don't have much time today to do cheerleaders, but I could show you in another episode. But literally, you just do white chocolate, and instead of decorating with white chocolate, you dip it in white chocolate and you decorate with pink chocolate. And I have that picture on my Facebook page as well, Yummy Texture /Facebook. So it's Dunkin'. One more here. And that will be it. It's nice and smooth, just like that. And you have some chocolate left over, and it's a really neat cup. You could have that in your chocolate drink tonight, but that's just it. There you go. So I'm going to show it to you on the parchment paper. It's nice and even. It's not clunky. It's smooth because you haven't been twisting it. When you start twisting things in chocolate, it gets clunky. If you go in and out, it's smooth. And so we're just going to wait for this to dry. And I really hope you try this recipe because it's so easy. And your friends are going to be wowed by it. It's how you wow your guests for real. You really need to try it. So I'm going to place this over here. And I'm going to get ready to work on the individual. I've melted some white chocolate in here. So I'm going to prepare to work on the individual pieces to make the footballers. So let's wait for that to dry, and I'll join you back here in a few seconds. So we have our chocolate melted now in the piping bag. And I grabbed one of the strawberries. So basically it's nice and hardened. And so we're just gonna snip the ends a little bit. And then you want to do a test practice. You're just going to make a line. So we're going to make a line at the top. And also a line at the bottom. And then a straight line in the middle. Oops. To get a straight. Move this forward so my hands can. You want to have your hands balanced. It just works better. And so you're just going to make little lines going across. Line going across. 2 more. And a little one down there. And that's it. Got your footballer right there. That cute. So I'm going to walk on another one so I can show you the details. I hope I can do it the other way so you can see. I'm going to put that one right there. We're going to start. This is tough. Let's see. So I'm going to start on this end. Go over to that end. And then at the bottom as well. Oops. It's kind of clunky. I make a straight line. It's really hard to do this on an angle, but just so I can show you. And this will get 3 lines. So that's our footballer. Alright, so I'm going to turn this one around again and work on this. So I'm just going to work on a few more of this and then I'll be back again to show you what it looks like. Alright, so I'm done with the chocolate covered strawberries. They're amazing players. And now we're just going to get the Rice Krispie treats ready for the platter. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to line it up and eyeball it basically. Just cut this. Kind of like a straight line over there. And let's see. You want to cut more rather than less because it's going to be tacky to add more to it. So there you go. And a little bit off the bottom over here. And that's our field. So you could, like I said, you could turn it upside down. Or you could leave this edge. Whichever one works for you. I think, let's just turn it upside down. It just fits better. There you go. And that's the field. Makeshift field, I guess. So I'm just going to move this over. We're going to walk swiftly. So, let's see. Just press this down so it fits into the lower part of this platter. And I'm just going to arrange them by size. So this one's a smaller. So those are footballers. So whatever team you like, that's the team that's here. My husband watches Patriots, so hey, just assume that this is the Patriots. I don't even know how many people play it. Maybe 11. I'm just guessing, but I should know. It's so embarrassing. But there we go. This is, I don't know. Is this Peyton Manning? I don't know. Tebow? I don't know. That is so sad. Alright, let me see. I think that works well. That's our players on the field. There we go. I hope you like it. And I had some cuts of strawberries over here. We could decorate with those. And that's it. We do need just one player at the end. I think that's going to be better. So guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to give it a bite so you can see what it looks like on the inside. That is amazingly delicious. You need to see all the details. It's amazing. The strawberries are still very, very fresh. That's why you want to do it at room temperature. Not when it's cold because it was separate from the chocolate. And it just comes out always good all the time. So I hope you try this recipe. Check out my Facebook page or my website for more info. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.